Make yourself comfortable. Let your body relax. Your eyes get heavy and start to close. You're about to go on a magical adventure in your imagination, swimming with mermaids. To transport into your imagination, simply close your eyes if you haven't already and start to take 3 deep breaths in all the way to your belly and breathing slowly all the way out. 2 more, in all the way and slowly out. With this last breath, in and slowly out, you find yourself in your imagination. You are standing on a beach in a small cove. There are rocks all around the beach in a semicircle shape, making it quite a private beach. There is no one else around. You have this beach all to yourself. You hear the waves lapping gently on the sand, and your feet are bare, so you can feel the warm sand between your toes and the sun shining down, warming up your face and body. There's the squawk of seagulls as they fly overhead, and then you hear a loud splash as something large leaps up out of the water and dives back down again. Then, after a moment, its head pops out of the water. It's a lady with long orange hair. She smiles at you and starts to swim closer to you. Only she doesn't swim like a human. She's not using her arms at all. She's swimming up and down like a dolphin, and goodness, does she have a tail? Yes, as she gets closer you can see it. A green, purple and blue, shiny, scaly, iridescent fishtail. Oh my, this is a mermaid. And she looks like a very friendly one too. She's very close to you now, right in the shallows, and she rests her tail and sits up. She tells you that her name is Eva, and her face changes from a smile to a concerned look. She looks worried. You tell her your name, and you ask her what's the matter. She says that the mermaids have lost their special pearl. They can't find it anywhere, and they're not sure where else to look. She wonders if you would help them. Suddenly, another mermaid pops out of the water, only this one's tiny and has wings and flies over to you. It's a fairy mermaid, or a mermaid fairy. Her name is Elvaria, and Elvaria tells you that she can put a spell on you to give you a tail. If you would like to come and help them look for the magic pearl, They would appreciate it very much. You agree to help them, and Elvaria takes out her wand, points it at your legs, and casts a spell. You watch as gold and sparkly magic light swirls out from the wand and around your legs until you can't see them anymore. And as the golden light disappears, you see that you have a beautiful mermaid's tail. It's mostly green and has your 8 other favourite colours on there too. You can't really stand on it, so you lean down onto the sand and then flop over to the water. It's a little bit awkward getting to the ocean. You probably should have asked Elvaria to do the spell once you were already standing in the water. But that's okay, you've made it now. And it's much more comfortable being in the water. Actually, it's lots of fun. You can swim around using a tail. Eva tells you that she can use a special mermaid trick to help you breathe underwater. She asks you to take a long deep breath in and hold your breath for a moment, then duck your head underwater, just for a moment. And as you pop your head underwater, Eva goes underwater too, and she blows a big bubble around your head. She tells you that you can breathe normally now, and this bubble will allow you to breathe underwater. How cool is that? It's time to go and look for the pearl now. Elvaria joins you and Eva under the water, and they both lead you to where they last think they had the pearl. They were having a picnic with their friends beside a beautiful coral reef. They lead you to the exact spot where they had laid out their picnic rug and their underwater feast. It's a beautiful spot. The corals here are all different colours, and there are beautiful fish swimming around in all different shapes, sizes, colours and patterns. Wow, it's an underwater wonderland. You have a look around for the pearl. You can't see it anywhere on the ocean floor. There's no bumps in the sand where it could have been sitting, and you have a little look around the corals, checking that it isn't hidden in one, or sitting behind a coral, or fallen into some green thick seaweed. It's nowhere to be found. Elvaria suggests that they go back to the mermaid's cave and look for it there. So you follow Elvaria and Eva as they lead you to the mermaid cave. It's in the side of a big underwater cliff. It's like a large hole in the rocks, and you swim into the cave and follow them as it leads all the way up into, oh wow, a big open above water cave. The water here is a beautiful blue, and this cave opens up onto the ocean with a huge wide opening and gorgeous views of the ocean outside and the birds flying in the sky. White puffy clouds slowly floating past them in the sunshine. Inside the cave there are big flat rocks, and you see some other mermaids sitting on them. There's a mermaid with short black hair, a mermaid with long silvery hair, and a mermaid with wavy brown hair. They all grin and look at Eva, who is floating beside you and Elvaria in the water. "Surprise!" they all shout. "Happy birthday, Eva!" As Eva, Elvaria and you join the other mermaids on the rocks, they all point to a pink iced cake in front of them, and right in the middle of the cake is the pearl. Eva sees it and gasps with surprise, and then a big grin spreads over her face as she looks up at her friends. "You found it," she says, and then she looks at Elvaria, who's flying in the air beside her, hovering right up near your faces to make it easy for her to join the conversation. She has a big grin on her face too. "It was never really lost," says Elvaria. "Nope," says the silver-haired mermaid. "We simply wanted to surprise you. So we planned for Elvaria to take you on a little adventure so we could bake and ice a cake for you and give you a birthday surprise." Eva laughs and grins and thanks her friends. One by one she gives them all a hug, and then for Elvaria she blows a kiss, and then Elvaria gives little fairy kisses onto her cheek and a tiny fairy cuddle, stretching her little arms out across Eva's face. "This was so nice of you guys," says Eva, "and I'm so glad that my pearl is safe and sound. Shall we eat cake now?" Oh yes, everyone is very excited for some cake. Elvaria waves her wand and the cake is suddenly sliced into pieces, and everyone helps themselves to a piece. You are welcome to have a piece too. The mermaids are so glad you are here, and Eva tells you she is especially thankful for you coming to help look for the pearl. She knows that you are a very kind-hearted person, and she is glad that you are here on her birthday. All the other mermaids say the same, and they would love to have you here another time and have more adventures with you. Right now, you enjoy this delicious cake, savoring every bite. Eva picks up the pearl and she cleans the bits of cake off it, and then she licks off the pink icing that's stuck onto the bottom of it. Then she dives into the water and swims over to a shelf on the edge of the cove. On it is a box, and she puts the pearl safely in there. She swims back over, back up onto the rock. The mermaids are all going to have a rest now. They lie on their backs and dangle their tails into the water. Elvaria lies down, up close to their faces. There's a little puddle of water in a little dent of the flat rocks that everyone's lying on, and that's where she dangles her tail. You lie down too, and you listen to the sounds of the mermaids breathing. They breathe slowly in and out. Eva looks over to you. She tells you again that she's very happy that you were here for her birthday, and she knows that it's time for you to go home now. So she says goodbye, and you say goodbye to her. And as you take 3 deep breaths in and out, in and out, in and out, you wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and find yourself back in your own bed, ready to go to sleep and have more adventures in your imagination.